Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 626 of the Sell More Book Show. I'm Brian Cohen from Best Page Forward, from the Author Ad Agency. I'm very, very happy to be speaking to you. Those of you who are on the call, you are here live. We have folks on Instagram, we have folks on Facebook, we have folks on YouTube, because now every Tuesday we are streaming the Sell More Book Show live, and I'm very, very excited to do so. This is a new iteration of the program, making sure that we're recording just fine. It looks like everything's doing what it's supposed to do. Looks like I didn't break anything. The Sell More Book Show has been running for a little over 11 years. We've gone through lots of iterations. The newest iteration is really, really wanting to connect with you guys on the podcast, see you guys, be with you, be with the author community. And so we're out there on Facebook. We're out there on the socials. Hey, Carla, excited to see you. I'm just seeing you commenting there. Awesome. There are folks anywhere, everywhere around the world. And so we're going to do some of the same things that we've always done, talking about the news, talking about tips. But one of the big things we are going to be doing, we are going to talk a lot more about mindset, because if you have been in this for years and years and years, and hey, Anne, if you've been in this for years and years, if you've been doing the author thing for a long time, but sales have eluded you, it might not be a problem of application. It might not be a problem of you doing the wrong things. It might not be a problem of you not taking the right courses and you should take 7 more courses. It might have nothing to do with that. The challenge might be coming from inside your brain, inside your body, things that you might need to be working on in an effort to truly get there. Because some of you know I've been doing a podcast called Joy Made Millionaire, where we were talking almost primarily about the mindset. And the mindset is one of the biggest pieces that we need to solve, that we need to get figured out if we are going to take our author careers to the next level, if we are going to sell more books, if we are going to go out there and crush it. So here is what we're going to do. We're going to go into the show. We have so many amazing people here. We have Kathleen and Deborah and Justin and Tamara and Anne and let's see, Sandra sharing this far and wide. We've got HM and we've got various other people here. So shout out in the comments if you're watching this live. Let's get into the fun. So a couple weeks ago, we actually asked somewhat of a leading question, because I wanted to see what you guys wanted, what you were hopeful for with the show. And so I asked the question, do you regularly listen to the Sell More Book Show? Would you like it to keep going on forever? Brian S. Paul said, I've listened to every episode for the last 7 or 8 years. Please keep doing what you're doing. And look, I'm busy with a full-time job and a first book to finish, but I have radio, television, and podcasting experience. And so if you need a buddy, just let me know, which I appreciate, Brian. Thank you. Lori said, yes, I listen every week. I'm grateful for the news and advice from you and your co-host. Thank you, Lori. Christine K said, it's part of my daily routine of the podcast I listen to. This always gets bumped to the front if I have a cue. Keep going. Thank you so much, Christine. And Peter said, I regularly listen and have for years. I hope the show continues. Thank you for 600 plus episodes of education and entertainment. And guys, while Apple and Spotify and some of the other podcasts only show the last 100 episodes or so, you can actually go to the Sell More Book Show website at sellmorebookshow.com and you can see every single episode. Every single episode is still listed. Hey, JW coming in from Northern Virginia. Very nice. And Anne watching her very first episode. Amazing. Amazing. So happy to have you guys here coming from all over. All right. So our sponsor for this week and for a lot of weeks is our author ad agency. I don't know if you guys knew this, but the Sell More Book Show has been running for 11 years. We've had courses and coachings and all sorts of stuff. But starting in October 2022, we started running a done-for-you Amazon ads agency. And we still have some of those original clients. Some of the people we started with way back then have actually continued for 3 years. And I love that longevity. I love that folks want us to keep running their ads for them. This is primarily for folks who are already doing, fairly big business, earning $6,000 or more a month in royalties. But I've got a tip for you. If you are not an author earning $6,000 or more a month in royalties, but you know someone who is, we'll actually cut you a check. We'll actually give you a $500 commission if they end up signing up. So if you know someone who is a good fit for our author ad agency, feel free to refer them to us. Just email them and ask them to come on over. You can email Brian, Bryan, at sellingforauthors.com, and we'll get all set with them. We love running ads for authors. We actually now run some Facebook ads as well, but we love getting to help take that step off of people's plates. And so definitely, if you are an author at that level, come hit us up, Brian at sellingforauthors.com. If you are not at that level, but you know someone who is, we'll send you some money if they sign up. We would love that. Love that. Deborah watching her first episode from New York. Love it. Patrick, glad you're here. Glad you're watching the show today. We're very happy to have you. And then I see other people coming in from everywhere. Love this. I get a little distracted with everyone doing this live, but you know what? It is fun. There is energy here. So let's get into the news today. We're going to talk about this is called Community to the Rescue. Over the past few weeks, many authors and publishing experts have noted Amazon's KDP account closures with successful recoveries have been happening at a heightened rate, reports Becca Syme on her Myth of Universal Advice Substack. Quote, "This isn't to say to anyone that you should be worried, rather the opposite," writes Syme. "Seeing how others navigate the black box of Amazon and come out publishing again can help the rest of us know how to proceed should something similar happen in the future. Strangely, a lot of it comes down to community and human interaction." Quote, "Because the way Amazon is handling their KDP responses continues to be less and less human-centered," says Syme. "That means you need to know where and who you can turn to in order to get help with these things. This can mean anything from groups on social media, prominent and benevolent leaders in the industry, and professional author organizations. Community does more than simply help us. It also teaches us. It can provide examples of what works, plus documentation on resources and steps to take too. Leaders like Zoe York and C.D. Rice compile lists on what has worked for authors before, where to go, who to talk to, and the step-by-step on how you can do it too. Finally, a community of like-minded authors can give us the support we need to keep going, push through, and come out on the other side ready to keep writing. The time to build your community and save your bookmarks is now, not because it's likely to happen to you. It's not likely. The odds of that are low, says Syme. It's because knowing you have your community to help, plus the knowledge that others have gone through it before, can give you peace of mind to keep writing today. And y'all, you can check out the links. There will be over at sellmorebookshow.com. And so, there have been increases in KDP account closures lately. This is likely Amazon switched something on, some kind of AI setting that is now more likely, by some percentage to say that, oh, well, this behavior is illegitimate, so we're going to close this account. It's dumb, but it is not a death sentence. The author that Becca was referring to in her Substack, actually, Becca connected her up with me, and between my help and other people's help in the community, this author was able to get they were able to get their account back. And so I'm always available, you guys. I am always available to help guide on if something like this happens. But it is something we always have to consider. There are sometimes little, holes that people fall into by accident, but you're never alone. You are never alone in this community. We are here. We are here to help. We are here to help you if something bad happens. And we're here to cheer you on when, not if, but when something good or great happens. And so I'm very, very grateful to have such an amazing community where we can lift each other up. Don't pretend that you're the only one. That if something bad happens to you, there is no recourse. Go to the community leaders. Go to me. Go to Becca Syme. We are always happy to help with these sorts of things. My team and I, we always have kind of a process for how to deal with these, and we are happy to help. But let's go into the hot potatoes of wisdom here. Why do you think there's an uptick in KDP closures right now? We are living in an age, people, where a lot of companies are looking to see, can I make this into an AI thing? Can I take a person off of this and can I put an AI on it? And I know that happens in the author community with writing. I know that happens in the author community with other things. But just specifically right now in corporate America and corporate the world, people are looking for ways to outsource. People are looking for ways to make sure that they can make more money. And so that is what Amazon is doing here, more than likely. They added more AI to the functionality of this, and it led to there being it led to there being a change in the algorithm of how it gets rid of accounts, and as a result, more people are getting closed. But there are multiple ways to get accounts back. There are multiple ways to get accounts back, so do not worry. If something happens, the community can help. Let's see. What advice do you have for authors worried about their account being the one that is closed? I would say you need to not act based out of fear. If you are worried that bad things are going to happen, I was just talking to an author today who was worried that, things were not, it wasn't worth working on something because they were actually like in the middle of a challenging family situation, and they wouldn't be the ones getting all of the money from the hard work. And so it's like they did not feel as though it made sense for them to be working. And if you are coming at it from a place of fear, if you're coming at it from a place of stress, if you're coming at it from a place of why is it even worth doing this? That is where we need to focus on the mindset. We need to assume, and I know it's hard, we need to assume that the world, the universe is looking out for us. That we actually are more likely to have good things happen to us than bad things happen to us. Because if we assume things are going to get crappy how are we going to get the words on the page that day? If we are assuming that things are going to be bad and that we are not going to be able to market our books, how are we going to run ads? How are we going to run promos? Guys, we need to think that my wife has a job where they have been telling her, like, instead of assuming that the people around her are trying to do a bad job, assuming positive intent. I am saying assume positive intent from the universe. Assume positive intent from the world, that we actually have a chance that someone is looking out for us, the universe is looking out for us, and that things are going to be okay, because that is motivating. To actually assume that good things are going to happen is motivating. But what are y'all's thoughts? I'm interested. We've got 50 people watching this live. Let me know your thoughts in the chat, and we can come back around to those. I'm just looking on Instagram. I see some more people sneaking in here. We've got a few folks here on Instagram, but mostly you guys are watching on YouTube for our return to live fun. But I know there's a little delay. So I'm going to go into the lightning round. There's some lightning for you. So, what is a non-writing habit that helps authors to keep writing? So, one of the best non-writing habits to keep writing is consistency with every part of your routine that isn't even connected up with the writing. The things that happen before you write and the things that happen after you write. What does that mean? That means when you go to sleep. That means the foods that you eat. That means the exercise that you are doing beforehand. All these things absolutely, positively contribute to how well you can get the writing done. If you are inconsistent with the habits related to your life, the things that can provide you energy, the things that can make you feel good, then that is going to contribute to how well you are able to get the words on the page. So it is all about the consistency of the non-writing things. Yes, of course, put your butt in the chair the same time every day if you can. But if you sit in that chair and you are wiped and you are feeling bad and you are not in a happy place, that is not going to serve you very well. So I ask you, audience, as I'm just making sure everything is doing what it's supposed to do. It looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do. What is one thing you can do to be more consistent with your non-writing related habits? What is something you can do to be more consistent? Those of you listening at home, even not in the live stream, I would love to know. All right, next question as we go down the list here. Let's see. What is the best bang for the buck tech investment you have made? Guys, I know it's tough and I know it's not for everybody, but when I get a new computer, it becomes so much easier. It's so much faster. It's so much more likely that I am able to get on my computer faster and do things faster. Everything kind of works better when I have a faster and easier to use device. I know you might even have pride in, wow, this old clunker has lasted so long, and you're like, this is the greatest thing ever. But if you can find a way to be getting a new device, it could even be just a new device that you type on, not even necessarily a fancy new MacBook Pro or whatever. But if you find that the thing you're writing on is old and it holds you back from writing, that is going to be a big challenge. That is going to be a big, big challenge. Let's see. Other folks with technological things, Anne says she uses Readsy for the writing and the typesetting of the books, and it makes it easier to format and upload the books. That's fantastic. I'm glad that that's been helpful for you, Anne. Awesome. So, moving on to the next question in the lightning round. Why do you think that joy is the least appreciated thing in successful self-publishing? Why are we sleeping on joy? So I just did a 13-week podcast run on the show Joy Made Millionaire. And I truly, truly believe that joy is one of the things we are almost ignoring when it comes to the writing and the publishing of our books, especially the marketing. Because what I've always said for years is if you find something that you like doing that just so happens to sell books, marketing isn't going to feel like marketing. Marketing, you might not even call it marketing. You're like, oh, that's just that thing I do for fun. Guys, that thing you do for fun is absolutely counting. It absolutely counts as marketing. I think we have this idea that marketing has to be this thing that we hate, and that is absolutely not true. And we think of writing to market as something we have to do. But we can find more and more joy. We can find more and more joy in our business. And guess what? When you have more joy in your business, it is going to make it so that you make more money. As I have focused more on finding the things that light me up, the things that make me feel amazing, the things that just make me feel like this isn't work. This is just amazing. This is just my calling. This just feels so good. If you do more of those things, even by 10%, you add more joy to your author business, you are going to make more money and you're going to be happier. And you're going to be happier. So, next question number 4 of the lightning round. But Brian, so many things that are thought of as marketing, I really don't like doing. So how am I supposed to get more joy if all of the marketing things are terrible? First of all, you don't have to do all of the marketing things. You may think you have to do a marketing thing just because so-and-so says this is the new way, you have to do this, you have to do that. There is no have to. There is no have to. I have seen authors succeed without a mailing list. I have seen authors succeed without Amazon ads. I have seen authors succeed without social media. Now, more often than not, they need something. You can't just say, well, I'm going to do exactly what I want and I'm going to make all the money. Obviously, it's not always going to work out like that. But you don't need to do something the way someone else has done it. Yes, we need to follow good practices in some ways. We can't, just grab people's emails from the internet and start emailing them. That's against the law. But there are ways to emphasize the things that light you up, the things that make you feel good, the things that make you want to actually do this thing, the things that allow you to just say, yes, I'm coming back to this tomorrow. We're allowed to do more of those things. And for a lot of people, that's the writing. I think more often than not, writing is going to be a form of marketing. You just have to do it right. Look at Andy Weir. His book, recent book, Project Hail Mary, was adapted into a movie that just came out and did a bang-up job at the box office. But his first book, he blogged it. He blogged the book. And then eventually it got published and picked up. But he blogged the book one chapter at a time. His writing was his marketing. His writing was actually the marketing. And so your writing can be in the form of short stories for your mailing list. It can be in the form of just putting out the next book. It can be in the form of character interviews. It can be in many, many different iterations. But the marketing does not just have to be things you hate. It can be things in 80% of the time. You can make sure that 80% of the time you're doing the things that make you happy, because you know what? If you are doing more marketing that lights you up, you are going to get better at it. You're going to improve at it. Look at this. I've been doing these shows for 11 years. I've gotten a lot better at podcasting than I used to be. But at first, it was maybe not so good. But I put in the time because I like doing it. I like talking into the microphone. I like talking with you guys. And so, absolutely, you want to think about how can I take some of the things I don't like doing but that I have to, put it in the 20% bucket, and focus on 80% of it being the stuff that you actually enjoy doing. Sandollar said, joy, I love that. Justin said, joy is a hard feat to achieve in self-publishing for some. The people who have difficulty achieving joy in self-publishing, generally, I think that they have trouble achieving it in life. I think that joy is a bit of a daily practice, and I'll get into that with our fifth question. Kevin says, marketing, start slow, take one step at a time. You don't need to do it all at once. 100%. I 100% agree with that. Anne asks about how to learn how to do a blog. I'm not saying that what worked for Andy Weir 15 years ago is exactly what to do. And this is the thing we have to avoid, right? We don't want to just say, ooh, that sounds cool, jump on it. Maybe a blog would work. There's definitely lots of resources. I would research. WordPress is a very popular blogging platform, but we just need to know that things that we would love doing are allowed. Things that we love doing are allowed. When you hear a thing that you could be doing and it excites you, sleep on it, because you don't want to just do it because someone else is doing it. You want to do it because it really, truly makes you feel good. It really, truly makes you feel good about this stuff. So, keep that in mind. Last question. Brian, if joy is so important to all of this, how do I keep up joy in a world that is very, very challenging? Very, very challenging. There are a lot of negative things in the world. How do we focus on our happiness in a world where lots of crazy stuff is happening? If happiness is the sort of thing that can give us more book sales, more profitability, if focusing on what we love doing can help us get to that point, how do we do it? How do we make it happen? So, here is the thing. A lot of you are really, really good. A lot of you are really, really good at doing some of your tasks related to publishing every day. Writing every day. You might be reading every day for research. And hey, Stephanie Phillips, good to see you. You might be doing all sorts of stuff. You might be posting on social media every day. This is great. Consistency. We just talked about this. Consistency is huge. Being consistent at this work is amazing. But here's what we don't often do. We don't work on our brains every single day. And that is a problem because we are bound to backslide if we don't. We are bound to backslide if we do not work on our brains on a regular basis. It's like, Brian, well, how do I work on my brain? And I don't have time to work on my brain. Let's tackle both of those. Working on your brain has to do with things like meditation, has to do with things like positive affirmations, has to do with things like singing, dancing, moving. All these things can contribute to you feeling better about life in general. But if you are in the situation, where you are like sometimes feeling good about life and work and everything, and the other times you're feeling like, this is the worst, I hate it, daily mindset work. It doesn't matter if you have time for it or not. It is a requirement, and the authors I have seen reach 5 figures in a month, 6 figures in a year. The way they got there was with mindset. The way they got there was with daily mindset work. I have gotten my business up beyond $1 million a year, and the biggest thing I did was focus on mindset. So, we are at the question of the week, folks. I have loved getting to do this live. We are going to be back every week getting to do this live for you. I love seeing messages coming in over on Facebook, over here. This has been a delight getting to do this for you. I'm so, so, so grateful. Thanks, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie says she likes the video. Question of the week is, if I could do one thing to improve my mindset, if I could do one thing to improve my mindset every day, what would it be? If you could do one thing to improve your mindset on a regular basis, what would it be? You can answer the question of the week over at the Sell More Book Show After Party Facebook group or at the website sellmorebookshow.com. I hope you enjoyed the slightly different version of the show. We are coming back every week. We'll do the next episode, 627, coming at you. Give it a like, share it, spread the word. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for everyone who supported the show all these years. We're still here. We're ready to crush it. We're ready to have fun. Thank you again for watching. I hope you have an amazing week of selling books, and we will be back next week for episode 627. Thanks, JW. Thanks, Anne-Marie. Thanks, Tamara. Thanks, everybody who was here. Sandra, appreciate you guys. I hope you have an amazing, amazing rest of your day, and we will talk soon. Bye, everybody.